It's 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm crawling out of my bed. Another opening day is lying just ahead. The sun begins to rise and my anticipation's high, hoping that I'm gonna see a big old buck walk by. Well, this living outdoors is just the life for me, sitting in my boat or in a stand up in a tree. Well, life is just too short, won't you come along with me and let me introduce you to this life, living outdoors.
Living Outdoors is brought to you by
Jim Brown at Edward Jones Investments in Monroe, 770-267-8346. Phelps Heating and Air in Monroe, 770-267-2043. Pro Air Services in Monroe, 770-207-9054. D&D Auto Sales, 220 East Highland in Monroe, 770-207-0805. Vanguard Salon, located in downtown Monroe. Monroe Vet Clinic, 770-267-3690. Your home for real country and NASCAR, WMOQ Q92.3 FM. PJ's Place for all you can eat catfish on Friday and Saturday night. Mike Sarles with Alpha Insurance, Auto, Home, Life, and Business, 770-207-5112. Marty Wilson Taxidermy, 770-787-5036, because only God can do it better.
Hey, welcome to Living Outdoors. We've got a show for y'all today that I think you're gonna like. Several years ago, I got to know Dee Dee Quillian pretty good, and the Quillian name goes a long ways down in the southeast as far as bow hunting is concerned. Dee Dee kind of got me excited about longbow hunting. He put me on my first longbow, and Dee Dee, I think you told me it's gonna take me about 3 years to get good with it. And I've just gotten to the 3-year point. I don't say I'm good with it, but things are starting to happen for me. How long have you been shooting a longbow, Dee Dee?
Well, Charlie, I really started shooting a longbow probably about the 12th grade in high school, but I had always shot a recurve and started shooting a recurve when I was about 3. So, you know, fortunately, I was born into a family that we hunted and with a bow, and that's what I grew up doing, and that's what I know.
Right. Your dad, Dan Quillian, a lot of us knew him from Archery Traditions, and we, you know, your dad passed away a few years ago, but he was able to take a lot of animals throughout the years with his longbow and become pretty popular with the longbow. Tell us about his bear. I know that's what he was kind of known for and that kind of thing.
Well, I think Dad had bow hunted all his life. He'd killed, you know, scores of deer with a longbow. We'd been to Africa and killed all the exotic game over there and had a big time with that. But his lifetime ambition and kind of the climax of what he wanted to do was take a bear. And I guess we waited till all the kids were grown, and he went to Alaska and got with the guide, and he hunted on the ground in a salmon stream. And the story's kind of interesting that he was up against the bank, and the guide set off the distance a little bit and was kind of backing him up, but he was off in the distance, and it was just about to get dark, and the salmon started running down the stream instead of up the stream. And he thought the guide was coming down the stream because it sounded just like a person, and he almost said something, but he thought maybe I better not. And at 11 yards, this big brown bear walks by him, and he drew his bow back after it just passed him and put a good arrow into it, and the bear ran across the creek and jumped up the bank and disappeared into the brush, and they waited till the morning to go pick it up, but it was right there.
And that's exciting. That's some of those type of things we all long to do, and maybe we will get to one day. Dee Dee does quite a bit of hunting out west too, and you got this elk in New Mexico. And folks, this is a Pope and Young elk, and you did get it with your longbow. I think the very one you're holding right there. And you know, I'll tell you, Dee Dee is just an accomplished longbow hunter, and it can be done. It's hard. It takes a lot of work, takes a lot of practice, and I don't feel like I'm there yet, but we're getting there. This show today is neat talking about some of these other animals, but this is just going to be a Georgia whitetail show that we're going to do, and we got lucky. We're able to get a couple of deer with the longbows in Georgia, so stay tuned. I think you're going to enjoy this. Hey, one of the most important things about these longbows is, as you could tell, there are no sights on these bows. And so there are two critical main points. Probably the first one is going to be your anchor point, which is where you're pulling to. And the second one is actually going to be where you're holding the bow. And it just becomes repetition. And show me where you anchor on your face, because everybody has a different anchor place, DD.
Well, you know, and that's right, Charlie. A lot of people anchor in different places, but one of the things you see people do wrong a lot of times is not get the bow back. You really want to make sure that you get a solid anchor on some point from your last jaw tooth to the corner of your mouth. It's got to be the same place every time, and you want to hit it every time. Now, I anchor on the corner of my mouth, and I think maybe you'll be able to see when I pull the bow back that my finger pulls against the corner of my mouth. You get that solid anchor point, and that's a must to being consistent.
Now, you don't have sights on this bow, so when you're looking, are you looking down the air, or are you actually, what are you doing when you're looking?
Well, what you need to do, what you got to do is focus on the spot that you want to hit. Now, the arrow will be in your peripheral vision. You'll see it, it's there, and if your form is right, it'll go where you're looking every time.
And that's what they kept telling me. And like I said, I practiced for 3 years. I didn't think I was ever going to get there, and I still don't think I'm there. But at 15 yards or less, I feel confident that I can hit what I'm aiming at. And so these are not long-range weapons. Dee, you're not shooting 40 and 50 yards with this bow.
No, about the farthest I've ever killed anything, I killed an elk at 35 yards, and the farthest I've killed a deer is 28. Mm-hmm. And if you took the 4 biggest deer I've killed, you probably wouldn't add up to 20 yards total.
How about that? And so those are some close shots, but at these shots at 15 yards on a whitetail, there's no trouble.
I completely understand, Dave. That's why I asked you to come in.
I've just been watching the news, following the market, and, well...
You're concerned, of course. Just don't let your emotions get in the way of your long-term goals.
Yeah, I know.
My experience in this kind of a market, we should take a look at your portfolio and make sure your investments still fit your goals.
Thanks, Bill. And thanks again for meeting so early.
Contact Jim Brown at Edward Jones Investments in Monroe, 770-267-8346.
Whether it's the heat of summer or the cold of winter, or any time in between, you can depend on Pro Air Services, a division of Snellville Heating and Air, to help you stay comfortable. We've been servicing your area for over 20 years with our fleet of over 50 service vehicles. Our technicians undergo continuous training to ensure that they can provide the most efficient methods of service in the industry. So for the best service in your area, give us a call at 770-982-9800 and be sure to ask about our 24-hour priority service agreement.
Vangar, a full-service salon located at 133 North Broad Street in beautiful downtown Monroe. Owners Melissa Vandiver and Nancy Garrison, along with their team of professional technicians, are ready to take care of all of your hair and nail care needs. Tanning, waxing, and professional products are also available. Open Monday through Saturday, walk-ins are always welcome, or you can call for an appointment. Vangar wants to be your full-service salon.
Do you need a new furnace or air conditioner? Call the experts at Phelps Heating and Air. Our staff specializes in selling and servicing all makes and models. We have provided Monroe with quality work since 1989. Let Phelps Heating and Air add value and comfort to your home today.
I'm Jason Phelps, and giving award-winning service is my top priority. So remember, Phelps Heating and Air for all of your heating and air needs.
Hey, I'm bow hunting in the state of Georgia today. This is North Georgia. It's actually the second week of season. And I'm more excited about today than I have been in several years. I've been bow hunting with my longbow now for, this will be my 3rd year. I've yet to get a deer with it. I've been trying real hard, practicing real hard, but it's totally different than my compound. I'm hunting on family land today. This land's been in our family for 60 years. One of the neatest things about where I'm hunting today, I'm only hunting about 10 yards from the same tree that I killed my biggest buck with my bow in. It was a kind of a messed up 10-pointer, but it was still a good deer with a bow. There's a persimmon tree in here, and I call these, this is a little different. This is what I'd call a woods persimmon tree. And what I mean by that, it's growing in the middle of these woods. I've known it was here. It's been here for a long time. but it's never really put out any persimmons like it is this year. And what I'm betting is this is going to be a good place to get a big buck, because within 30 yards of this persimmon tree in any direction is thick stuff. So I'm up pretty high today. I'm up about 16, 17 feet. And, you know, the persimmon tree is actually dropping the persimmons off down in the creek. So my shot's going to be even steeper than that, because the creek bank's another 6, 7 feet deep. But I'm excited. I've poured myself down with no scent. It's hot today. It's about 84 degrees. But I'm looking forward to tonight. My first year with my longbow is going to be tonight.
Hey, I finally got me a deer. I have been hunting with this longbow now. This is my 3rd year, and I was bound and determined I was going to kill a deer with it. I had a good friend of mine kind of got me excited about longbow hunting. This is my 3rd year trying. This deer came in here right at dark, and I'd seen him already one time earlier during the day. He had come through, and he came back right at dark, and he started walking away, and when he walked away, he turned around and looked back at me and offered me a neck shot, and I ended up getting a pretty good shot on him. I'm tickled. I used these Magnus broadheads. This is a 160 grain broadhead, and it didn't have any trouble with this deer. This is certainly not a trophy buck, but as far as I'm concerned, it's one of the best trophies I've ever killed. Shooting one with this longbow has just been such a challenge. No sights. Just a stick and string, and I'm tickled to death. This is early bow season in the state of Georgia, and I'm gonna get this one in the cooler because it's hot.
Vanguard, a full-service salon located at 133 North Broad Street in beautiful downtown Monroe. Owners Melissa Vandiver and Nancy Garrison, along with their team of professional technicians, are ready to take care of all of your hair and nail care needs. Tanning, waxing, and professional products are also available. Open Monday through Saturday, walk-ins are always welcome, or you can call for an appointment. Vanguard wants to be your full-service salon.
Do you need a new furnace or air conditioner? Call the experts at Phelps Heating and Air. Our staff specializes in selling and servicing all makes and models. We have provided Monroe with quality work since 1989. Let Phelps Heating and Air add value and comfort to your home today.
I'm Jason Phelps, and giving award-winning service is my top priority. So remember, Phelps Heating and Air for all of your heating and air needs.
Whether it's the heat of summer or the cold of winter, or any time in between, you can depend on Pro Air Services, a division of Snellville Heating and Air, to help you stay comfortable. We've been servicing your area for over 20 years with our fleet of over 50 service vehicles. Our technicians undergo continuous training to ensure that they can provide the most efficient methods of service in the industry. So for the best service in your area, give us a call at 770-982-9800 and be sure to ask about our 24-hour priority service agreement.
I completely understand, Dave. That's why I asked you to come in.
I've just been watching the news, following the market, and, well...
You're concerned, of course. Just don't let your emotions get in the way of your long-term goals.
Yeah, I know.
My experience, in this kind of a market, we should take a look at your portfolio and make sure your investments still fit your goals.
Thanks, Bill. And thanks again for meeting so early.
Contact Jim Brown at Edward Jones Investments in Monroe, 770-267-8346.
Hey, this is a late afternoon bow hunt. We're getting close to the rut. We're about 3 weeks out from what I would call the Georgia rut, which is normally about the second week in November. We hunted in here a few days ago. We had the does just cover us up on this food plot. I'm hunting at my house. It's always exciting to hunt somewhere that you know, where you live, your own land. And we got a good food plot. We made this food plot up out of rape, clover, and oats. We made it ourselves. I'm videoing by myself. I'm still hunting with my longbow, trying to kill something with it, but hang in there. I did it. I got one with my longbow. I built this longbow. Holy cow. I built this longbow back in the spring. I've been hunting with it all year. It works. I did it. Holy cow. Hey, what I want everybody to realize, this is no means my biggest deer ever, but this may be my best. This is with my longbow. It's a self bow made out of hickory. I built it from scratch, and I have taken a deer with it, and this is gun season in the state of Georgia. That's why I got on my orange. I'm hunting on my own place, which makes it even that much better. This has been one of the best evenings. I've been trying to do this all season long with this longbow. And I got one earlier a few weeks ago with my longbow that I had bought. So this one means so much more to me because I built this. Hey, this afternoon, I'm hunting family land. I love hunting over here on the family farm. One of the neatest things about it is some of these trees I hunt in. I've been hunting for years, and I've sat in this one quite a bit lately, especially hunting with my longbow. I've set up on the edge of the field, but the reason I'm sitting right here, this is an old field road, and this road leads out into this field, and typically deer are pretty lazy. They're going to take the easiest entry port into a field. It's real windy today. We're getting a cold front. It's going to be the first major cold front of this year. And beat my wife home from work, and I told her to, left her a message, told her to call me if it wasn't okay if I was hunting. And she hadn't called, so I guess all was okay. But I'm excited. This cold weather, it's October 27th, and normally about November 7th has always been what I consider good rutting in around in this area of Georgia. So we're getting really close. Anytime you can be in the woods. I just climbed up here, and I probably don't have 40 minutes to hunt, but I believe in putting as much time in as you can. Hey, one of the neat things I'm doing today, I killed that doe the other day with this same arrow, and these are Magnus 2-blade broadheads. I sat down and I sharpened it back up. This thing you can shave with it, and I think it's my good luck arrow now, so I'm gonna see if I can't kill another one with it.
You know, guys, I'd like to really take my hat off to Charlie here. He started hunting with this longbow about 3 years ago, and I told him it'd be hard to kill his first deer, and then he did it, and then he turns around, and actually the year before he starts making his own longbow out of a hickory tree that he cut off his own farm. He he cut it down, made it, sanded it, all the work that's involved with that, built the string, and then he takes it out and kills a deer with it. And I think that's a huge accomplishment, and it's I think it's a level that you can go with this sport.
Well, Dee Dee, before you congratulate me too much, I want you to take a look at this clip right here. I have people all the time that ask me why I'm hunting with a longbow during gun season. That right there is going to tell you why. Man, it is 8:30. I'm fixing to get ready to go to church. I was sitting in here and I'd watched this little 4-pointer go by. I saw a good buck in here last night, but I couldn't see it, how good it was. That deer, as you would always know it, is going to come from directly behind my stand. It also came on the wrong side of the tree, which is where I had the camera arm set up. I'm videoing myself, which is even a bigger challenge. And after I got everything reworked, I got on the other side of the tree, I'm still shaking. I mean, you saw what happened. He came in and it's gonna come right by me. It was probably a 15-yard shot, which is what I say with my longbow. I need 20 yards or less. You can do it with your bow. There's one tree in the way, and that tree, right after I shot, the tree jumped over there and took the arrow away from my deer. I keep saying, people say, how come you hunt with a bow during gun season? Well, I have a chance at a Pope and Young with a bow. There's probably not a chance at a Boone and Crockett in this area, but that was my chance. I don't know if that hadn't made Pope and Young, but that was a good deer. So I'm gonna have me a good little cry. I'm gonna try to quit shaking before I fall out of the tree. But that's the thrill of the hunt. And I got the thrill.
I completely understand, Dave. That's why I asked you to come in.
I've just been watching the news, following the market, and, well...
You're concerned, of course. Just don't let your emotions get in the way of your long-term goals.
Yeah, I know.
My experience, in this kind of a market, we should take a look at your portfolio and make sure your investments still fit your goals.
Thanks, Bill. And thanks again for meeting so early.
Contact Jim Brown at Edward Jones Investments in Monroe, 770-267-8346.
Do you need a new furnace or air conditioner? Call the experts at Phelps Heating and Air. Our staff specializes in selling and servicing all makes and models. We have provided Monroe with quality work since 1989. Let Phelps Heating and Air add value and comfort to your home today.
I'm Jason Phelps, and giving award-winning service is my top priority. So remember, Phelps Heating and Air for all of your heating and air needs.
Vanguard, a full-service salon located at 133 North Broad Street in beautiful downtown Monroe. Owners Melissa Vandiver and Nancy Garrison, along with their team of professional technicians, are ready to take care of all of your hair and nail care needs. Tanning, waxing, and professional products are also available. Open Monday through Saturday, walk-ins are always welcome, or you can call for an appointment. Vanguard wants to be your full-service salon.
Whether it's the heat of summer or the cold of winter, or any time in between, you can depend on Pro Air Services, a division of Snellville Heating and Air, to help you stay comfortable. We've been servicing your area for over 20 years with our fleet of over 50 service vehicles. Our technicians undergo continuous training to ensure that they can provide the most efficient methods of service in the industry. So for the best service in your area, give us a call at 770-982-9800 and be sure to ask about our 24-hour priority service agreement.
Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed this show, but I want to thank Dee Dee more than anything because he put me onto this longbow hunting and shooting with this bow, and it has been so addictive. And for 3 years now, I have not picked up a rifle, and I'm just hooked on it. I'm probably going to keep trying to make these bows. This bow that I built is by no means perfected, but the neat thing is I got a lot of hickory trees I can cut down. So all I got to do is keep working on that. But Dee Dee, I want to appreciate you so much for showing me the way. And if it wasn't for somebody that got you started, it'd be so hard to learn this stuff on your own. Hey, for more information about some of our shows and to put your comments on about our shows and some of your pictures, go to www.livingoutdoors.org. Hey, one other thing about any kind of hunting and outdoor pastimes is Dee Dee likes to incorporate his kids in here, Caroline and Kellen, and they've been shooting for some time. And Caroline, you show us what you can do with a bow. Cool, good one. It's getting more and more expensive every year to get our deer processed, so we had this Saturday afternoon, me and Matt and Ray, we didn't have much to do, and we had 2 deer on the ground in the cooler, and we decided we'd just do them up ourselves. So it's coming out real pretty. We're mixing this about 20% beef fat to 80% deer, and it's coming out real pretty. So.
Living Outdoors is brought to you by
Jim Brown.